Homemade ramen? Yes, please. We're starting with a big pot of butter and minced garlic. Garlic, you definitely measure with your heart, so keep that in mind. Stir those babies together. This pot is on medium low, and I'm going to keep it that temperature the whole time. Okay, we're adding in our protein source. You could also do this with cooked chicken. Obviously, it would just make the process a lot quicker. So we're adding in ground mustard. Don't be like me and dump the whole container in there. We're adding salt, pepper, ground ginger, and we like to build character in this house, so lots of ground ginger, ground onion, some red pepper flakes. Okay, so once the chicken's about half cooked, I like to add in the broth. You can use any type of broth you like. This is chicken bone broth. Give it a good stir in just to make sure all the seasonings are well incorporated. Put a top on it and let it cook for a bit to make sure that chicken is well cooked. While that's going on, over here we have a little pot for some ramen eggs. So what we're going to do is we added in a tablespoon of vinegar. Then we're going to poke a little hole at the narrow part of the egg. We definitely don't want to poke a hole in it too fast, or else we don't want to have a big crack in the shell. So just slowly give it a good poke and then slowly drop it in to the pot. Okay, so I like corn in my ramen. We're adding that in here. This ramen I found at Walmart, and I am a big fan. It's the only organic ramen noodles that I found, and honestly, I could taste the difference. It was so good. So I just like to make sure that all those dry noodles are covered in the broth. And since they weren't, wanted to add a little bit more in. We like our ramen with lots of broth, so we wanted to make sure we had enough even when the noodles were absorbing the broth. So over here we have our 6-minute ramen eggs ready to come out. We're going to gently put them in this ice cold bowl. Then we're going to let those chill in that bowl for about 10 minutes. Okay, so at this point we're just making sure that all the noodles are broken up, that they are well incorporated in with the rest of the ramen. One of the things I love about cooking from scratch with recipes like this is obviously you get to control the amount that you put in the recipe, right? So like the amount of broth, the amount of protein, the amount of seasoning, if you like it spicier or not, the other ingredients like the corn, or you could have put in like fermented radishes or bok choy or whatever your heart desires, right? After these eggs have been chilled for a bit, we're gently tapping them on the counter to help that shell come off. And I think, again, what's important to remember is these aren't fully hard boiled. The yolk is runny. We want to be gentle with them to make sure that we don't break the egg white and then have the yolk running out everywhere. We want that in the ramen, not in the sink. Look at that runny yolk. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Add in some green onions. If you can see, that is a kitchen scrap that I just put in water, and it's made more green onions for me, which I am so thrilled about. So anyways, overall, I give this a 10 out of 10. Might be a little biased. Well, I say that, but not everything I make comes out perfect. But overall, love me some homemade ramen. My husband's a big fan of it, so it's regularly on our menu. Hope you enjoy. If you try it out, let me know. If you have any questions, holla at your girl.